The phone buzzed in his hand, and in one careless second, everything changed. One wrong word, one cruel autocorrect, one message sent to the last person on earth who should ever receive it. As the screen went dark, his stomach dropped, and a cold fear wrapped itself around his chest. 3 hours later, the doorbell rang. He wasn't expecting anyone. Standing on the other side of that door was the one person he hoped would never see his house, his life, or the mess he was barely holding together. Before we dive into this story, take a second to support the channel. If stories like this move you, inspire you, or make you feel a little less alone, please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. It helps the channel grow and reach more hearts. You're watching Your Channel Name, and your support truly matters. Mark Reynolds never thought of himself as heroic. He was just a dad doing his best. At 36, he was raising his 8-year-old daughter Lily alone after his wife passed away from cancer 2 years earlier. Every morning started before sunrise. Breakfast, lunch packed, hair brushed, shoes hunted down, then a rush drive to school before racing across town to his job. Mark worked as a project coordinator at a mid-sized marketing firm in Ohio. The job paid the bills, barely, but it gave him health insurance, and that alone made it worth the stress. His boss, Claire Thompson, was known around the office as tough but fair. She was sharp, professional, and intimidating in a calm, polished way. Mark respected her. He also feared disappointing her. That morning had been especially rough. Lily had woken up crying from a nightmare, clinging to him like she was afraid he'd disappear too. By the time he dropped her off, he was already late. Traffic was awful. His phone buzzed nonstop with emails and reminders. At a red light, he dictated a quick text meant for his sister, who often helped watch Lily when things fell apart. Running late again. Wish I could hug you right now. Miss you. He glanced down just long enough to hit send. Then his heart nearly stopped. The message hadn't gone to his sister. It had gone to Claire. Mark pulled over, hands shaking. He opened the message thread. The words stared back at him, cruel and final. Autocorrect had made it worse too. Instead of hug, it read kiss. Running late again. Wish I could kiss you right now. Miss you. His mind raced. Apologize? Explain? Pretend his phone was hacked? Every option sounded weak. He typed, deleted, typed again, then froze. Anything he sent might make it worse. At work, Claire didn't say a word. She didn't look at him in the hallway. She didn't respond to emails. Mark's chest stayed tight all day. He imagined being fired, losing the job, losing the apartment, letting Lily down. When he picked Lily up from school, he forced a smile. She chatted about spelling tests and playground drama, unaware that her dad felt like his world was collapsing. That evening, Mark was reheating leftover pasta when the doorbell rang. His first thought was that Lily's friend had forgotten something. He opened the door without thinking. Claire stood there. She wasn't wearing her usual blazer, just a simple sweater, jeans, and a serious expression. Mark's heart sank straight through the floor. "I'm sorry," he blurted out before she could speak. "I swear that message wasn't meant for you. I would never—" She raised a hand gently. "Mark, may I come in?" Lily peeked around the corner, curious. "Daddy, who is it?" "This is—" "My boss," Mark said, his voice tight. Claire smiled softly at Lily. "Hi there." Something about that smile slowed Mark's racing thoughts just a little. Inside, the apartment was small but warm. Toys in the corner, a crayon drawing taped to the fridge. Claire took it all in quietly. "I didn't come here to yell," she said, "or to fire you." Mark swallowed. "Then why are you here?" Claire took a breath. "Because sometimes people deserve kindness instead of assumptions." She explained that when she first saw the message, she was shocked, hurt even. But before reacting, she noticed the timestamp, early morning. She thought about how Mark was always rushing, always apologizing for being late, always leaving exactly at 5. So she did something rare. She asked questions. She looked up his emergency contact file, saw that he was a widower, saw Lily's name listed again and again. She remembered the way he talked about his daughter, with pride and exhaustion tangled together. "I realized that message wasn't about me," Claire said. "It was about someone he missed." Mark felt tears burn his eyes. "I didn't think anyone noticed," Claire nodded. "Most people don't. That's the problem." Lily wandered over and held Mark's hand. "Are you in trouble, Daddy?" Mark knelt down. "No, sweetheart. Everything's okay." Claire crouched too. "Your dad works very hard," she said. "You should be proud of him." Lily beamed. Claire stood and looked at Mark. "I came here because I wanted you to hear this face to face. You're not in trouble. You're not losing your job. And you don't have to carry everything alone." She explained that the company had flexible hour options Mark didn't even know existed. Remote days, adjusted schedules, all things he never asked for because he didn't want to seem weak. "I've learned something the hard way," Claire said. "Kindness at work isn't a distraction, it's a strength." Mark's voice broke. "Thank you. I don't know how to repay you." Claire smiled. "By passing it on. To your daughter. To someone else who's barely holding on." After she left, Mark sat on the couch, Lily curled beside him. For the first time in a long while, the weight on his chest felt lighter. The next weeks were different. Mark worked adjusted hours. He was present for Lily in ways he hadn't been able to before. He smiled more, slept better, and he noticed things. The tired cashier at the grocery store, the neighbor who always looked lonely, the coworker who stayed quiet in meetings. Small kindnesses began to ripple outward. A thank you note, a patient smile, an offer to help. One wrong autocorrect could have ruined his life. Instead, one act of kindness changed it. Life is full of moments where we can assume the worst or choose compassion. You never know what silent battles someone is fighting. A little grace, given at the right time, can echo further than you ever imagine. If this story moved you, let it remind you that kindness isn't small. It's powerful. And the world needs more of it, starting with us.